Hey, this is Gerry Visca, the founding publisher of Defyeneurs, and welcome to the third edition of the Top 50 Relationship Marketing Tips. This is the Freedom Families edition, and today is one of the most exciting interviews that actually I've been waiting for all week long. I'm so excited. Teresa and Hal Walbrink of sunny California, welcome.
Thank you, Gerry.
Well, thanks, Gerry.
I'm so excited about the two of you. You guys have a great energy right at the start of this publication, and I want to share a really great insight with listeners. It goes like this. We care about others, seeking to understand their hopes, dreams, goals, and desires by asking questions. I love that, Teresa. I love how you lead off with that. You're all about questions. So that ties into our first question for you, Teresa. Share with us, how has your journey led you to relationship marketing for you and Hal?
Well, first I want to say thank you so much for this opportunity, Gerry. And, you know, it's a little bit different for us, even though we've been married 21 years. You know, I started in outside sales, and that's really where I met Hal, and loved being with people. And then I, you know, became a mom and loved doing that. And from there I went into, you know, personal training. And through all of it, it was always about people. It was always about personal development. It was always about, you know, what can I do for someone else? The way God made me is to really, I get filled up when I am able to help someone to achieve their hopes and their goals and their dreams, and when I'm able to even make just a small shift. So when relationship marketing came to me, it was through a product a long time ago that I really loved. And I didn't really know about relationship marketing. I knew some of the icky things, but I didn't know, you know, how good it could be. And it was a fabulous product, and I got involved with the business. And I didn't really do the business. It was a kind of, you know, my little stepping stone, if you will. So I didn't really do it. I really was more in community with the people that were in the business together. And then just as time went on, you know, I was introduced to Nerium. And it wasn't even that I was looking for something, and Hal, you know, can tell you a little bit about our background. But I wasn't really looking for something. I was really just looking for a product. And as we began to look at it and began to do a little bit more research, and we saw that we had the ability to truly change people's lives. I know from my background in fitness and nutrition that when you can change the way that someone feels about the way they look, that can change their entire life. Yet when you also then can change someone's financial destiny and really the legacy that they leave to their children's children's children, that's where we sit. And people are able to do this, you know, from every walk of life. You don't have to have a certain degree. You can do it part-time, and you get to build your dreams, not the dreams of some other CEO. You are the CEO of your company. And so it's, for me, it's a win-win. I get to help people help themselves, and then they in turn, you know, hopefully will be blessed by that. So it's been an exciting time and very, very fulfilling for me. Hal, you can go into your part.
Well, yes. Well, as Teresa mentioned, we met actually at a company that I was an executive in, and that was about 22 years ago. My background is engineering, and about 20 years ago, we sold that company off, and I had met Teresa at the time, and Teresa and I started dating and decided to get married. And it's been an adventure ever since. But one of the things that we did immediately was we started our own medical device product development company. That is my background. And I love medical devices. I love the whole healthcare space because it helps people. When we saw Nerium come along, it was an opportunity to really help people in a different way. And one of the things that Teresa and I have been into all along is personal development. And it's been an interest of mine ever since I was a teenager. And in this particular space, Nerium is all about developing people. And that was very attractive to us. In addition to that, of course, looking out long term, I'm concerned about retirement and financial security. And Nerium also helped in that way to give us another stream of income. Although Zynetics, our product development company, has been very successful over the years, at some point that will end, and I will have to pass it along to the next generation. But this Nurium opportunity and relationship marketing is a type of business that you can do as long as you care to. It gives you time freedom. It gives you financial freedom. It gave us another avenue for income. And it builds a legacy that's an annuity that you can pass on to the next generation. And so one of the things that I'm all about in our family is building a legacy for our children, something where they can stand on our shoulders and what we've accomplished and give them the opportunity to go to the next level. So relationship marketing, we just saw in this company, particularly with the leadership that it has and their commitment to personal development, we just saw this was a vehicle to meet all of those needs that we identified, or the desires that we had for our family and the legacy that we leave, our desire to help people and sow back in to people's lives.
I love that, Hal. I love it. I love that your background actually is engineering and medical devices. That really resonates with me actually personally, because I used to, as part of my branding company, we used to brand some of the top medical device companies worldwide. So it's definitely, I love that healthcare background. But I love how the two of you, Teresa, I love it. Every time I see you and I watch, your posts, like you're all about people. You get filled up when you're helping people. And I love that. It's another reason why Defyeneurs is all about everyday people, as you know, and we chose to really shine a light on freedom families and specifically relationship marketing for that reason. Because when I see the two of you who are just an extraordinary couple making such a difference in the world. There's another quote that you share here, Teresa. I love it. It's one of my favorites. It goes like this. Once we take the time to invest in who they are, then we have the opportunity to help them move forward. Teresa, what gets you leaping out of bed every single morning?
Well, first and foremost, my 5 children. Not that they're all at home right now. Yet I really, as Hal said, our family is very important to us. And we have a blended family, and they're his, mine, and ours. And it's 21 years in the making, and it is at a point where we are very, very blessed. And, for me to be able to, that's my first mission field is my children, and how do they experience life. And, not that it's always rosy, it's just that we try to really instill in them, values and how to treat other people. And we celebrate their accomplishments, and we encourage what they're passionate about. And so we ask a lot of questions, and it's, it's a lot different ballgame than it was, when I was a kid growing up. And I had a great parent. It's just that the difference is that my children, I hope that they really feel that we have an interest in them, that we really want to know what their desires are, and we want to help them grow as people. And in turn, I do that, with other people when I'm talking to them. I want to know what they're about, because if we don't know what they're about, we can't put on what we want for them. I mean, that's great what we want for them, but that might not be what they want for themselves. So I think that it's so important to spend the time to really cultivate those relationships and to, understand and to ask questions and to hear people's hearts and, to try and then, once you hear their heart, then turn them into a direction that it can be a positive experience and a positive motivation to move forward, not stay stuck. I'm all about moving forward. It's that thing that if we're not walking, then we're standing still. And David Bird says it best, you're either growing or you're declining, and there's no in between. So if we're standing still, then that means that we're declining. And we are all about growth, and I am all about growth. And I want growth for my children. I want growth for my marriage. I want growth for the people that I come in contact with. I want growth for my business. I want growth, for our world. I really do, to move into a positive place where people are really feeling that someone has invested time in them, and someone has taken the time to care about who they are. Because we all just have one thing that we truly want, and we want to know that we're loved and valued. And every human being deserves to know that they are loved and valued, and that has not always happened with every human being. So hopefully, by asking questions and pouring into them, I can, again, be a very small part of hopefully a very big change in their lives. How about you?
Well, and this is where Teresa and I think, really are aligned in our thinking and our desires for life and our philosophy are. As Teresa mentioned, growth and moving forward and all those things. Many people ask me, some of my friends in the business and friends outside ask me when I'm going to retire, and I just do not have an answer for that because I can't see ever stopping. There's always another opportunity. Every morning you get up and you have the ability to learn something new, to make some change, to impact something in a different way. And in particular with Nurium, I just see it ever expanding. It's a company that's rapidly moving and evolving, and there are so many opportunities. I learned early in my career that I needed change to keep me excited, to keep me moving forward, keep me interested in life. And if I'm in one place for more than 18 months or doing something for more than 18 months, I get bored and I move on. And so it's my mission in life to always remain relevant. I really enjoy getting inside the minds of our children and how they think. And I think many times as adults, particularly parents, we think, well, we've got to teach them and control them and mold them, and which we do. But through example and questioning and teaching them to explore their own values and so forth. And I just find that fascinating. I love sitting and getting in discussions on our family night. We have every Sunday afternoon and evening. We've set aside the time where we get together. We have dinner all around the dinner table. We have great discussions, play some board games, watch some movies. And even with our busy life, we carve that out and really try to protect that. And I think that's what really charges me up is the growth through it, the staying relevant to the kids, what's important today. When I was younger in my life, I always thought, well, I'm going to teach them how to be flexible. I'm going to teach them all these things, these values that I thought were important. And I find myself in today's world not having a lot to say about what the future is going to be like. You're going to have to be flexible, no doubt about it. You're going to have to be inquisitive. You're going to have to be quick to turn with the tide. And it's very difficult to instruct your kids or speak wisely about what the future is going to be and how they need to prepare. And I just get really charged up by that. In the Nurium business, what's exciting about that is you meet so many new people. And we've got friends now, 3 years into it, we have friends that are all over the country. And not just casual acquaintances, but people that we'll go visit and stay in their home, and we know their family, and we're involved in their birthday parties and what's important to them. And it's a whole new world that we never expected when we first got involved in this business. So that's what really charges me up and gets me up every morning.
I love it. I absolutely love it. The two of you, I love how you mentioned to remain relevant. You can really see your engineering because that's the root of innovation, and I love how you share that you're constantly looking for that growth, and Teresa, you're just full of passion for others, and there's no question the two of you are going to continue to grow in such a beautiful way, as a team, and it's just amazing to see. Teresa, you've seen a lot. You've seen a lot of change in the industry. You've both been through some amazing changes. What's the bigger picture for you going forward, the bigger picture of your life?
Really to impact one life at a time, to do for others. We should be a servant of many. And I really, to really be a blessing and be blessed. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about blessing other people. It's about making an impact in someone's life that can seem so insignificant and so small to us, yet change their life tremendously. And so I think that the one thing that is the most important is to really love on people. And that's whether it's, our children, whether it's our family, whether it's people in our business, whether it's someone that we pass in the grocery store. It is so much nicer to see someone when you're looking and you smile at someone as opposed to looking up at someone and they have, and they're frowning. I still smile because hopefully that smile will do something for them. It will brighten their day. We have a trail behind our home, and so I run on that trail, and there's a couple that every time I run, they're there, and we just have so much fun. We both, I say hello, and we have so much fun. I'm running by them, and we're both saying, have a fabulous day. Oh, my gosh, it's a beautiful day. They are the most wonderful people, and I don't even know their names, but we know each other from the trail, and we have this bond that we both have a positive outlook on life. I believe that we have a choice. We have a choice to look at the glass half empty or half full. I want to look at the glass half full. I think that the glass is overflowing, and I hope that I can impact other people to help them to see that the glass is overflowing. And, again, to make a very, small difference in their life.
I love it.
Well, as to pick up where Teresa left off there, being the father and the husband in the home, and I just see there's such a need for leadership and for modeling in this today's world. And I see so many instances, particularly in broken families and so forth, where there isn't a good model for how to parent, how to be a husband, how to take leadership, take responsibility. And so one of my key tenets is I've kind of taken on that mantle of mentoring and ministry to younger children, or younger adults, I should say, and talking with them about what's important. Even in my massage the other day, I found myself talking with the masseuse, who's a young guy, and he's kind of struggling along right now, and just asking him about leadership and his thoughts, and then trying to pour into his life and give him perspective about what's really important. I've got a few years on him, so I've had a few battle wounds. But, legacy is extremely important. Our ministry, Teresa and I have been involved in our previous church as elders, and in our current church in a number of ministries. We've actually gone out into the mission field and all of that, and really sowing into people's lives. And what's really interesting with Miriam, I never expected it when we got in there, but as we, as a couple, are involved in the leadership, and we're very blessed beyond our expectation about the position that we're at in the company right now. But we find people, whether we know it or not, are always looking to see who the leaders are. And this has given us a great opportunity to have people into our house for meetings and praying over meals and just setting an example, not by preaching, but just by our actions and our activities and the environment that we set in our home. And it's been very impactful to people. And so I really feel that this is part of a bigger plan than just us, that Miriam came into our lives to give us a platform for this kind of a ministry. And what's great about it is it gives us financial resources to have time freedom to really take the time and slow down and, as Teresa said, understand someone, understand their struggles, and also give us resources to assist them financially or however they need. It's been a tremendous experience, and I see in the future that as our medical device company is handed off to the next generation, this will become my full-time activity, and I don't ever see stopping this. We now have our son involved in the business. I believe over time other of our children are going to join that business, and it's just become such a unifying force in our lives. It allowed us to take our younger family, our two younger boys, summer before last, to Europe for a month and not even skip a beat. Actually, it was 3 weeks, so I exaggerated a little. But it was a phenomenal time, an experience of a lifetime, and it was primarily because of the Miriam experience. And, We weren't looking for this particular opportunity, although I always knew that we should diversify our income so that you have multiple streams of income. This has created an annuity that will continue to pay long after we are working the business actively. It's something we can pass down to our kids. But we had no idea what a blessing and what a resource this would be in our lives. And it's turned out to be well beyond anything else we had created and on our own prior to this. So I am just so thankful that we had the opportunity to have fun with all of our friends. The travel is great. Nurium is opening up multiple countries with multiple products. This, I'll tell you, if I could sum it up in one thought, most of us know someone or know of a company that you said, man, if I was only involved in Microsoft when it started in Bill Gates' garage, or Apple, and we may know somebody who reached had wild success in those companies. Well, Teresa and I just have to pinch each other daily almost to say, you know what, we're that person. We have that opportunity here, and who would have known? And it's just been such a great, fun ride, and I look forward to it, like I said earlier, creating a legacy for our family where our children can stand on the shoulders of our accomplishments and hopefully go out and impact the world in even a greater way than we have. And so we're just having the time of our life.
I absolutely love it. Now you know why I was excited for this interview. Listening to the two of you, even your initials, I'm just making notes, Teresa and Hal, TH. I call it teaching hope for the world. The two of you, you speak of your leadership, your modeling, your mentoring, and you're just two beautiful connectors in what is called the connection age right now. But as you know, the world's more disconnected than ever, and I think that the world is extremely fortunate to have the two of you. Just amazing. We call this profile Helping Others Grow. Teresa and Hal Walbrink of California, pages 8 and 9, this explosive freedom families issue. I want to thank you both so much for being a part of this inspired platform. And on behalf of Defyeneurs, we wish you both and your whole family just a defined year of success. Thank you.
Thanks, Gerry.
Gerry, thank you so much for the opportunity, and may you be blessed by your efforts here.